Just like in the Addams Family, meet Gomez, who is loving, playful, and puppy-like. Mango is happy, easygoing, playful. Gemma is talkative, goofy, and charming. Plus, a suggestion on how to clear the shelters, but would it work? Still lots of kitties of various sizes and ages, and a trip down Dog Alley, all on Pick Your Next Pet at the ACAPL.
No, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. Here, start on the shortest one. Right here. Have you never been upset? So, Mr. Gomez here. He has a special place in my heart, you guys. He won me over so fast, and I think it's because he just reminds me of my dog at home being so much. Like, he's got that, puppy personality, but that's not so over the top that it's too much. He's extremely loving. He gets the full body wiggles, ears back, excitement when he sees me, whether it's in the morning or afternoon or any time of day. He's happy to see me. You'll see in the clips, he does jump a little bit, but it's not leaving any bruises on me or pushing me around. It's just to get closer. He does know how to sit, so I bet he would know other commands. He's just kind of being a little bit stubborn, and I don't have any treats right now, so he's not really going to show me.
And he's never been out here before.
And he's never been out in this play yard before, so right now he's very focused on sniffing and doing his thing. But like back in the kennels where his normal space is that he's used to, oh my goodness, is he just the sweetest thing. Like, you can tell he's genuinely excited to see me or whoever. I mean, he loves everyone, all the staff, but he's so genuinely excited to see them every day. Like, I just love it. This is my kind of personality of a dog. I can absolutely see him being like a cuddle bug. He will want to watch movies with you and sleep with you and everything. But he's definitely on the younger side. I think that he'd be a good little hiking partner too. So I will say that he was dropped off here at the shelter. We found him in the kennels in the morning. And he was a little more nervous then, but still very nice with us. Luckily his previous owner, did actually leave a little note about him and leave her contact information, so we were able to get a hold of her, and she, explained her situation, filled out the surrender paperwork, all that, I'm pretty sure. So he is ours. So we really appreciate that she left at least a little information about him. She said that he is the sweetest boy, that she loves him, all this stuff. The only thing she noted with that, she said he was a little food aggressive. But I have not seen that as far as like he's not guarding his food. He will just look right at me, doesn't care when I'm like messing with him, whatever. He's just kind of like, what are you doing? So I think she may have meant that he's a little bit rough when he takes treats, or he's like so excited about eating that he just goes straight for the bowl, that kind of stuff, which still super appreciate the warning. And that's definitely what I've seen here as far as like when he takes treats, he's very just excited about it. Not the worst we've had here, but certainly not one of the best. But that's totally something that can be worked on. Like I said, he's on the younger side, so I think he has a ton of potential to be a really well-trained dog.
So when you go by him and he's eating, he doesn't like growl?
No growling, no nothing. Like, and when you call his name, he does he'll look up at you and be like, okay, what do you want? So again, I proceed with caution because of what she said, but I have not seen any of the typical signs of guarding. I definitely could see him in a home with kids. Honestly, for his size, he's not as rough and tumble as a lot of other dogs are here. So I could definitely see him doing well with kids. He loves everybody. He seems like one you could probably take places. He does well with other dogs. He does not seem to mind them barking in his face or being rude or anything like that. He's just gonna do his thing. He don't care if they're barking. So I could see him potentially being a good playmate as well. So as sad as I am that he's here, I'm so glad to have met him because he is amazing. So I really hope he gets an amazing home. time out here.
Oh, really?
Come here. Come here, Sneaky. Oh, come here. Come here. Come on. Come up here. Up. Come here. Come here. Why are you acting so shy? Come on. Come on up. Come on. Up, up, up. What's this? Can't even whistle today. Hi, buddy. Come here. Hi. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Hi. Hi. So Mango here is actually one of our special needs dogs. You might not know it by just looking at him because he kind of looks and acts like every other dog we have here, but Mango is actually heartworm positive. Now, if I had to guess, I would think that it is early stages because he does not act like anything is wrong with him at all. But we do still have yet to stage him. It's just that the staging process is quite pricey anyway, so we do tend to do that when we either have a foster or adopter lined up for him, because heartworm treatment can be a little bit taxing and tolling on the body of a dog, so it's definitely ideal that we do that when they're in a home. We don't treat them for heartworm while they're in the shelter. What we do for them while they're still at the shelter is give them heartworm preventative, which has been proven very recently to actually definitely slows the progression of heartworm. And even sometimes if they're on it for a long period of time and they don't get their treatment started, it can actually either completely get rid of it or like send it back to an earlier stage. Just depends on the dog themselves and how bad they are. But like I said, I would guess that he is early stage. He actually came in with 2 other dogs. The 2 beagles that were kind of together, their names were Kiwi and Papaya, if you remember seeing them on the website or hearing us talk about them. They were housed separately from him, so even though they all came in together, they like got along okay, but Mango has a lot more energy than they did. They were older, like 4 or 5, and he's more like 2 or 3. So he had a lot more energy. He was trying to jump all over them, go crazy, and they were just not having it. So if he were to go with another dog, it would have to be a higher energy dog that can kind of handle him, correct him, put him in his place, and then they go about their day. So that's a maybe. If you're interested, we obviously do a dog meet and greet before you'd go home with him. Overall, it really is a big sweetie pie. He's very easygoing. He honestly doesn't bark that much. He doesn't cause any trouble here. He gets along with the other dogs that he is around. So I have no major concerns about him that way. I could see him doing okay with kiddos. Cats are even a maybe, because I believe that the home that they were in before had cats, if not inside, definitely outside and around, because I'm pretty sure he came from like a farm, barn, middle of nowhere kind of setting, if you know what I mean. There's always stray cats around. Yeah, he's just a really good boy. He likes meeting new people. He likes to go on walks. So if you're willing to be a little patient with him through his heartworm treatment, obviously he's got a very long life left to live, so I definitely think it is worth it for him to get this treatment and be healthy and be with a forever home. Hi. Hey, handsome. What you doing? What are you doing? Oh, thank you. Thank you for the kisses. Oh my goodness, thank you.
Oh.
I got you. I got you. I got you. I try to tell people, once you're the one, feeding them every day and doing all the stuff with them, they'll love you too. Okay. What? You gonna get me? You gonna get me? Come on, up these steps. Come on. Come here. Up. Up. No. Come on, up. Up. And I have my leash back.
I don't have anything. What is that? You want to find out Birdie? Yes, you're very handsome. He's the handsomest face. Hey, dude. Oh, big stretch! That's a nice recording we just got of a big stretch, huh? Come on. No. No. Go play. Go play. No. No. Come on, up. Not on me. Up here. Up here. There you go. No. Good girl. You drop it. Good job. Oh, good girl. Good girl.
Little Miss Gemma is an absolute sweetheart. Ooh, you baby. Big baby. Big baby. Yes. All right. She's just great.
Hi there. I just got my leg
Clearly,
wet.
she likes everybody. I would put her at about, it could be anywhere from 6, 7, 8 months. She is pretty big. I can see her getting much bigger. She'll probably be a decent sized, we want to say black lab mix, but I don't know her proportions, and she has a very long skinny face, so I don't know what else she's got in her, but I know that she's kind of unsteady on her big long legs, and she's real funny to watch when she goofs around. And as you'll see in the clips, I mean, she pushes the little ball around by herself. She sits right here at my feet like a good girl. She's a good one. I think her name is Gemma, and I would literally call her a hidden gem here at the shelter. Just very smart. She is a little bit shy with the other dogs, so if you have another dog, I'd probably prefer it to be one that is not going to be too overbearing for her, at least initially. I do think she'd like a playmate for sure. It's just going to need to be someone who's not going to scare her with the excessive barking and jumping and stuff like that. But I think that she would love a playmate. I think she'd love to have some kids around. I think she'd be good with cats. I think she'd be good for a lot of younger homes, honestly. She is just great, and I can't believe she's even still here because she's amazing. She is up to date on all her vaccines. She still needs fixed, but we're doing all that at the end of the month with our Rascal unit, which we're super excited about. So yeah, she is just about ready, and anyone can come get her anytime and take her home as an FTA, so I really hope she goes soon.
Now it's an FDA.
Foster to adopt.
Okay.
So it's where the dog is technically still ours because they're not fixed or whatever. You take them home, take care of them for a little while, then after they get fixed, you finalize the adoption.
So it's not the Federal Drug Administration.
No, FTA, not FDA.
Oh, okay.
FTA. Bob is silly. He can't hear.
Yeah, she says, I even knew that.
Yeah. She acts like she doesn't know how to control her big, long, lanky body,
It's probably been growing lately.
Right.
Ready? Oh, she's a good girl. She's a good girl.
I thought that would bounce a little bit more.
It didn't bounce. It didn't bounce.
She's so smart. She's rolling it with her nose and then... That's adorable.
figure it out. Up. Come on, up. Yep, come on, here. Come here. Up the steps right here? No. Screw you, lady. Come on. Come on, up. Up these steps. She's funny.
She can amuse herself.
Yeah, cute you.
Welcome to Ask Ashley, and I came across something on Facebook. Anybody can post anything on Facebook, and I don't think this is specific for this place, but since I'm here, I thought I would ask this person at this place about this. And this person writes, can someone please explain to me why animal shelters and rescues can reduce their rates but never offer a free adoption day? They keep saying that they're going to euthanize. They are overwhelmed and need supplies. I don't remember ever seeing that anywhere. Maybe they do threaten euthanization, but I haven't seen it anywhere. Yet there are fundraising events. How much do these events cost to put on? Save money and don't fundraise. Don't tell me if you can't afford the fees, you can't afford a pet. I don't buy that theory. Humans will go to make sure that their fur kids eat and are sheltered, and some take better care of their fur kids and spend more time than humans. They're not bashing, but they seem to be a little bit. Okay, so what do you say?
Well, there's a lot. Let me address this kind of one line at a time. So first she asks, why can they reduce rates but never offer free? The statement never offer free, I would say, is not true. I've seen other shelters offer free adoptions. Now, usually it's on animals over a certain age or that have been at the shelter for a certain amount of time. Or, for example, here we actually waive adoption fees for like FIV positive cats. So certain health conditions, or if they have other treatments that they need, we may waive the adoption fee under the pretense that you're going to be paying a little bit more for their medical care. Again, that's this shelter specific. I don't know the details of every other shelter in the world or even in Ohio.
There have been,
but we have hosted events like that when we get very full. I would say especially with cats, we tend to do, like I said, adult cats over a certain age, their fee is waived. You usually just have to pay like what would be the tax on it or something like that.
Hasn't there been older dogs before?
We've had, we have our Golden Years program. I tend to forget about that because we don't actually have a lot that qualify for the Golden Years program specifically, but usually similar animals in their golden years, we waive their fee because their vet bills are going to be a little bit higher a little bit sooner. So it's definitely a thing. You can always go into a shelter and ask, do you have any animals whose fees are waived? We have a few right now that their fees are waived because someone else already paid the adoption fee, which again, we don't necessarily advertise, but when someone's interested in that animal, we mention it. But I would say for other shelters, probably the main reason is the cost of care. So for right now, just general feeding, vaccines, taking them to the vet if they need it, and getting them spayed or neutered is very pricey. So I'll tell you, at least here, none of our adoption fees ever cover that amount. No matter how short the amount of time they're here, the little amount of resources they use, it does not cover it. Even when we get low cost spays and neuter, it's usually still more than you're paying for the adoption fee. So that kind of addresses that part. As far as fundraising events, I can have a little bit of input on that one. The goal is to make a fundraising event cost as little as possible to put on. And so for that, we rely heavily on volunteers and people to donate things. So, for example, if you went to our Boo Wow this year and you saw our table full of baskets, every single basket was made and donated by somebody, by a volunteer. So we did not have to spend any of the shelter's money to build all those baskets and put it all together. That was all by either staff or volunteers that did it with their own money. So the goal is to make fundraising events cost as low as possible and put on by people who are not being paid. So if you go to these events, please be kind to everyone that's there because they've probably worked a very long, hard day. And then as far as like, if you can't afford fees, you can't afford a pet. you're absolutely not wrong in saying that some humans do take extremely good care of their fur babies. But there are a lot of people who don't take very good care of their fur babies, which is why they're all here in the shelter. So I understand the question. That's very fair. And every shelter is going to have a little bit different answers. Some shelters just have certain policies in place that have been in place for a long time that they can't change because their board won't let them or something like that. And we have ours. So if anyone has any specific questions about our shelter, our policies, if you want to know which animals have their adoption fees waived right now because you're just curious, you can shoot me an email, or better yet, my boss, Mary Glauser. We can include her email in that too. So I guess that answers those questions. And you have anything else to add?
No, but there are a lot of times that you have adopted an animal out and they bring them back, or they let them run loose or something like that. So that does happen.
Absolutely.
And to think that you adopt an animal out and then as soon as you realize you can't afford him, so you go hungry so your dog or cat can eat. Mm-hmm. That may happen sometimes, but I bet a lot of times it doesn't. But
right.
Now, you don't have to go through Facebook to ask Ashley.
Correct.
You can just email her at Steed, that's the letter A, or like, not the E.H. Britain A, but A, the letter A, Steed, STEED, at acapl.org, and then we will answer it on a future program.
Absolutely. Of course, we still have kittens, in case you were wondering. In case you thought maybe they all got adopted. They didn't. We still have kittens. And we still have more that still need to be fixed and come in and be adoptable. So, this little one right here is Claudia. She actually is not fixed yet, but she's going to be fixed this coming week. So she'll be available very shortly. Her brother in here, who I'll get out in a second, his name is Lewis. He is fixed and ready to go. Claudia, Lewis, and they had one other brother, were in a foster home for a little while, and their foster mom loved them. Oh, she loved them. She babied them. They were kind of bottle babies, so they needed lots of love and attention, lots of good food for a while. Sweet, playful. They definitely love each other like they're siblings. Lewis and the brother were crazy even when they got back after being fixed. Like, they're just some crazy kitties. So if you're looking for a pretty high energy kitten to get along with either, another cat in the home or play with your kids or anything like that, either of these two would be a really good option.
I've never noticed this before. Is that you have the food dishes connected to the door. Mm-hmm. So at least gives them more room.
And it prevents them from spilling it. Because especially kittens, they just love to spill their water bowl especially, and their food. So yes, this is a very good way to keep everything still and in place. Don't you jump. Don't you jump. So yes, still kitten season here at the APL. We have lots of cute little ones and lots of amazing adult ones. I'll introduce you to one in a second. What? Don't do it. Oh, you thinking about it, you little daredevil. Yeah. Meow. All right, so this big girl is Miss Riley. She is a few years old, so she's definitely an adult, not a kitten anymore. She is a really good balance of like sweet, cuddly, but still playful. But as you can tell by her size, she doesn't get much activity. She really does just like to chill out. So she'd be good for a less active home if you're just wanting to rescue and bring another kitty friend into your life. She's a good option. She did come from a home with 2 other kitties. Their owner unfortunately lost their home, so they couldn't take care of their 3 kitties anymore, so they surrendered them to us. They were already fixed. They were up to date on vaccines, so they were pretty much just ready to go to adoption. Now, Riley has been hanging out. She was at Pet Supplies Plus for a while, so you may have seen her there if you stopped by there anytime in the last couple months, maybe just 1 month. But she wasn't really loving it there. She just kind of curled up in her box most of the day. The staff did love her. She made good friends with the staff, but I think when it came to meeting all the new people, she was just kind of like, this is too much for me. So it's a little bit less busy here. And she's coming right back out of her shell. She's acting like, nothing ever happened. She's loving. She wants attention. But she's also really good about, like, she doesn't make a big mess. She's not screaming at you the second you walk in the morning. She's not an over-dramatic type of cat. So...
Affectionate, though.
Very affectionate. So I think she'll make a really good addition to someone's life. And she deserves it. She did have a really good, loving home at one point, people who cared about her, and just unfortunate situations happened. So let's get her back in another home.
walking a dog and I'm never blue. I'm a walking the dog.